We stopped in the border town of Debayazit to look at the palace of Ishak Pasha. And to watch the sunset on Mount Ararat. Finally into Iran, after a long but friendly border crossing. For the next 2 weeks, the girls will wear these uniforms whenever there's any risk of being seen by a man. Off the main road now, and over the mountains to the Caspian Sea. The Caspian region is warm and humid, not unlike Southeast Asia.
Now's your chance for dinner.
Female joggers in Iran have to be particularly determined. And finally, contact with the Caspian. Heading now over the Elborz Mountains to Tehran.
Just look at the map.
We decided to bypass Tehran and head south to Isfahan. Isfahan, a delightful city of parks and magnificent buildings, was the capital of Iran in the 16th century. One of the most dramatic buildings in the world, this huge mosque is covered inside and out with blue and yellow tiles. The mosque is at the northern end of a huge public square called the Maidun-e-Shah. If you shake this minaret hard enough, its partner at the opposite end of the mosque starts shaking as well. Iran generally seemed far more relaxed and sophisticated than the image we had developed through the Western news media. An evening out in Isfahan, a local restaurant first where we chatted with some Iranian visitors from Tehran. Then a stroll along the riverbank to visit a very atmospheric tea house. On the road now to Shiraz, also a former capital of Iran in the 18th century. Less dramatic than Isfahan, but with a special charm. Shiraz was home to Iran's two greatest poets, Saadi and Hafiz, who lived in the 13th and 14th centuries. We visited both of their tombs, set in colourful, flower-filled gardens. This side, Namina. What is your name?
Maladisi.
Maladisi. To the tombs now and the ruins of Persepolis, a city dating back to 500 BC, built by the Persian Emperor Darius and burnt to the ground in 300 BC by Alexander the Great. Back into Shiraz now, and a late afternoon visit to this mosque. Impressive tile work, but we were also permitted, subject to Mary Ellen being completely covered by a chador, to go inside at prayer time. The interior was covered in thousands of mirror tiles, creating an absolutely dazzling impact. From Shiraz we drove east through fertile valleys to Kerman, a city right on the edge of the Iranian desert. And from Kerman, a day trip 200 kilometres each way towards Afghanistan, to the large oasis town of Bam, a Silk Route stopping point protected by a huge mud castle. We decided to break our journey and camp out in the desert overnight. And finally to Mashhad, a large holy city where the shrine of Imam Reza draws pilgrims from all over Iran.